Welcome back to Traderscale Success Stories. Today we're in London, joined by a trader many of you already recognize, Berkan, who has generated over $10,000 in profit share with Traderscale. Berkan, welcome. Great to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
So, Berkan, how's it going?
It's going well. Can't complain. God is good.
So, for those who don't know yet, can you give us a quick background around your age, where you're from, and what you were doing before trading?
So my age is 22, soon to be 23. I'm getting old. Before trading, I was in and out of a lot of jobs, helping my dad. I was at Amazon warehouse, Sainsbury's warehouse, in and out. Couldn't keep a job. Kept leaving. Getting booted out, and yeah.
So, what originally got you into trading?
For me, I would say what got me into trading or online money itself would be I've never really liked to have a boss. I've
Right.
always liked to be my own boss.
Did you read some kind of book like Rich Dad Poor Dad?
None of that. It was more of just within myself. I've
Right.
just never really liked it.
So, at what point did you start taking trading seriously then?
So I've been doing trading around like now three and a half years maybe, and taking it seriously maybe like around 2.5 to 3 years ago. Yeah,
Right. So, how long did it take you to make over $10,000?
it took me around actually 2.5 years. I've actually only been profitable for around a year and a half.
So, was there a moment in time when things clicked on for you?
For me, I would say once I set a plan and I actually followed it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of mistakes that traders make is they set a plan, they set their rules, and they only follow one or two,
Right.
and then they go back to what they were doing before. When I did all of my rules and everything to the T, that's when everything changed for me.
So, how many challenges did it actually take you before you actually became profitable?
Too many to count. Too many. There was like I went from making no money to making my first $10,000, and then to be losing again for 6 months. I had a lot of.
So, looking back then, what was the kind of early mistakes you was making?
It was just the basic stuff. So revenge trading, over trading.
Right. So, has your trading evolved over time?
100%, 100%. You can clearly see I've made
Right.
in a month or two around $10,000 with Traderscale, and it's definitely evolved.
Right. So how did it evolve for you then? Like, what are the things that you were doing? Like, if I was to ask you, like, currently right now, how do you currently trade compared to how you previously might have traded when you weren't profitable?
I think before, as I said, I didn't really have a plan. I only trade one strict session now, mainly New York AM session
Right.
from 2:30 UK time.
So,
Because I realized that my win rate is higher on New York AM session. And with London, the volatility for me, I love the volatility. I love it when the market's going up, down, up, down. I love it. People don't really like it, but I love it.
do you find that the New York session is the best time for that volatility, right?
Yes, 100%. Because mainly the liquidity comes from them. So it's like, yeah.
So regarding that US session's the best time for you to trade, what does a typical day for you look like? Do you get up early, go for a jog?
Yeah, so before, well, now I wake up around maybe 8 a.m,
Right.
8:30. I go gym or paddle, and I get throughout my day. I eat my breakfast, and I basically get mentally ready for the New York AM session. I'm typically done before 5 p.m. It's very rare I'm trading after that, but yeah.
That must take a lot of discipline because I'm sure with a lot of traders, there's a time where you're stuck to the laptop or to the markets. Like you probably forget to eat sometimes. Or
Yeah, no, so yeah, that was actually my biggest problems. Like I remember I bought a Mac, and because I bought a Mac, I was like, I need to be on Trading View.
Right.
And I was like, nah. So what I was doing is I was stuck to the charts from Asian to London to
Right.
New York to AM session to PM session. It was an ongoing cycle.
Right.
And I wish I can tell you it happened for a couple of weeks, but it was actually happening for a couple of months. And I realized that I wasn't gonna be profitable if I just kept doing these habits. And the minute I cut these habits out and actually followed my rules and my plan, sky's the limit.
Right. So do you actually focus more on consistency or taking high risk trades?
Obviously, consistency is very key. Consistency is why I'm here today. But I am maybe I do risk maybe a bit higher than the normal individual. A lot of people risk around 0.5 to 1% on live. I risk 1.5 to 1%. So not too much higher, but I'm a bit more flexible, let's say.
Have you also traded with your own capital before?
Yeah, so I currently do trade my own capital right now on a live, and I don't trade it as much as prop firms. I believe that the ROI the risk, the money that you can make from trading. Once I make a certain figure, then I can start trading on live.
So if you had a choice, right, and you were left with this option, trade your own capital or trade with prop firms.
But it depends how much are we talking though?
All right, let's just put a figure in mind.
100K, yeah?
Yeah,
Let's say 100K GBP, and how much funding? 1 mil? 1.5 mil?
Everyone does 1 mil.
Yeah.
But let's just say 400K.
400K.
Yeah.
Then it was 100%. If we're talking about 100K live account and 400K on funded accounts, I would 100% pick the 100K live account.
Right. Considering obviously how much risk and reward.
But if you was to ask me, do I prefer trading live or prop firms? Prop firms all day.
Great. Now, do you trade exclusively Traderscale, or do you trade with other prop firms as well?
I trade with many firms. I'm currently around, I think, 1.2 mil in funding actually right now. Currently, yeah.
Right. You know, that just goes back to that question. Do you have trade live accounts or prop firms? And you actually have 1.2 right now that you're managing, right?
Yeah.
So how's that balance for you? You know, trading across different prop firms. Not everyone has the same rules, you know.
Yeah. So obviously it's difficult when you deal with a lot of firms and accounts. It comes with a lot more rules, right?
Right.
And what I tend to do is when I trade, I only trade with 2 accounts per day. So for example, I would trade with the Traderscale account and another account on Monday. Win or loss, done. And then on Tuesday I would trade with another firm and another firm, whatever. And yeah, just typically it's just kind of rotating. Which also when you do that, it tends to make your psychology way better. Because if you was to be down on one account and then you go onto another account and then you make profit, it's just over time your psychology just gets better.
That's interesting. So you must have done a lot of, like, let's just say, back testing to figure that out.
Too much. I think there was days when I was doing around 10-hour days of back testing every day. It was very unhealthy. Mum was shouting at me, telling me to come downstairs to eat food. I wasn't even looking outside. It was bad. And when I did go outside, my eyes were hurt. Like it was crazy. I was really locked in, tapped in, and yeah. But look, I always say this: it's worth it. Like I will always say these things: when you work so hard for something, you're bound to make it work.
Right.
The more you fail, the luckier you'll get. I always say that.
Right. So how would you compare Traderscale to other prop firms? And you can be completely honest.
So no, I'm gonna be really honest. So Traderscale for me has been top 3 firms for me. And I'm not just saying this because I'm on the podcast. This is honest because the rules that you have on the live and eval evaluation stage is very, very good. So for example, I actually realized this like a couple of weeks ago. Traderscale doesn't really have a news rule. You can trade through news. It's just obviously you can't trade opposite directions, which is normal. And when I realized that, because there's news every other day now, and it's like random times, and it really, really, really helped me to make profits. And yeah, pretty much it. I think the news rule for me was one of the best things.
A lot of the times for a lot of traders, news tends to get in the way, right?
100%. I've been denied tens and thousands of dollars from news trading, and obviously in the times before it hurt me way more than now. Now when I get denied, if I do get a denied payout, it doesn't hurt me as much because I know that I can just go again. Does that make sense?
Right. So that leads me to my next question then. How do you trade around the news? Like, you know, say if FMC is going on a Thursday, right? And you obviously trade a US session. Would you avoid trading during those hours during the speech?
So it kind of depends on the news event. So FMOC, CPI, NFP and CPI are normally around 1:30 UK time, and FMOC isn't it 7 PM? For me, that doesn't even matter. But I've actually also I don't even trade FMOC days because I believe that the market is getting ready for that news event. So when them days I don't trade. When it comes to NFP and CPI, 1:30. So I haven't even traded yet. It kind of depends, and because I trade after it, it doesn't really bother me as much. It just kind of depends what the candle does. But nowadays, it doesn't even matter about news. It matters about Trump. He's he's the one that's moving the market. So.
Do you prefer trading with a 1 challenge account or is it 2-step challenge account?
2-step, 100% 2-step. Because 1-step, most firms have consistency rules and they also have trailing drawdown. Trailing drawdown is not for me. I don't like it because I can make, for example, I'm very aggressive when on the evaluation stage. I can risk. I will risk how much I'm allowed to risk, and then gain to pass the phase 1 or phase 2, whatever. So, for example, if I'm allowed to risk 2% or 3%, I would risk that whole amount to gain 6 to 8% or whatever how much it is to pass. And yeah.
So what is your actual process when it comes to passing a challenge? And how long do you have in mind, like a time period for when you want to pass
You
it?
might laugh at this, but I've probably passed a challenge. Like, my time is, I don't want to be in evaluation for more than max 1.5 weeks.
Right.
For me, it's either I blow it or I win it. But I believe that that's what you got to do. I trust my system. I know I can trade. If I can follow my rules, out of 10 accounts, I can pass 5.
Right.
I know I can. And maybe 2 or 3 of them I can get payouts. It's like, I don't care about blowing challenges, because that money, the only initial amount you're losing with these challenges is the initial fee you give. For example, if it's $300 for the account, I'm only losing that. I'm not losing how much profit I'm making on the account. Does that make sense?
Right.
And people get that misunderstood. People think that, oh, look, I'm like 1% away from passing phase 1. And then they blow the account, for example, and they're like, oh, I've lost 7K. I'm like, bro, how have you lost 7K? You've just lost how much you made.
Right.
If it's a funded account and you're up 5%, then yeah, you lose that amount. If you've got a payout there and you can approve it, then that's fine. But with evaluations, people need to stop getting so attached.
Right.
And once I got away from that attachment with accounts, oh, my trading went to like 50 to 100 like that.
Right. That's important, right? Not being too attached.
Very important.
Do you change your strategy when you're trading a live account compared to a challenge account? I know you just spoke about the kind of confidence going into, or just...
Yeah, so I don't want to, like, on evaluations, I'm not going to come and say to you that I take A-star setups every time. I definitely take my setups. Is it A-star? Do I wait for the SMT sometimes? No, I'm not going to lie. On the live, I trade A-star setups only, that's it. But on the evaluations, I will trade my strategy. Maybe one more confluence I sometimes need to wait for.
Right.
I may risk it, may not, but main of the times I always wait for the...
How many confluence do you actually look at before?
So basically what I wait for is a session high or low to get swept. And then after that has happened, I'd wait for an SMT. And once the SMT has aligned, I would wait for a 1 minute inversion. And then I would execute my trade, put my stop loss just below the low, and aim for a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Or if I'm feeling cheeky, I would maybe aim for the high session high or session low, or 1 hour high, 1 hour low.
Right, that's very healthy, 2-to-1, right?
That's the yeah.
1-to-1 is just absolutely terrible.
Nah, I don't do that, because you don't really get anything out of it. Yeah, you can hit a trade with that, but then if you lose a trade, then you've lost your profit. But with a 2-to-1 risk to reward, or 1-to-2 risk to reward, you can take a trade, TP hits, and you can lose 2 trades and you'll still be break even. Does that make sense? So risk to reward is very, very important for traders. Really important. But there's some traders that do like 1 to like 50. I'm like, bro, you're doing too much.
I mean, just the maths alone, like, you take 6 trades. If you have 1 to 2, 3 trades hit, you're good. You've like
100% good. Like, yeah. So risk to reward is one of the most important things in trading, I believe, because that is, it's profits, right? So if you was to lose or to win, how many you win? So for example, you says yourself 6 wins, and then you lose 3, you're still up.
Right.
It's not break even, because it's not a 1-to-1, it's a 2-to-1. You know what I'm trying to say? So yeah.
Okay, take me back to the first time you ever requested a payout. How did that feeling feel for you?
It was a very surreal feeling. Because when you work so hard for something and then you actually achieve it, the feeling you get is not even like, of course you're happy, but it's like, it just feels fake.
Right.
It was a very small payout. It was like around $201.
Information though. That
it was thing. But it was nice. And I remember I requested my payout, and I didn't even tell my friends, because we all started as a group. And I didn't tell them till I got the payout. And then I just sent it to the group chat, and obviously the boys were all happy. And
that group, who's still training? Just you?
No. It's still all of them. Yeah. But I had started way before.
Right.
And then they saw me like progressing a lot, and then that's when they were like, oh, we want to do it.
Right.
And yes, and they're still obviously on the upcoming. They've made payouts, but they're still learning. I'm helping them. Right. And yeah, pretty much it.
Okay, now after you started to see more consistent payouts, right, did your mindset shift at all?
100%. So once I did start to get payouts, the first payout cycle I got, for example, when I made my first, like, let's say $5,000 with trading, my head was gone.
Right.
I was like, oh, I can buy the world. I'm Elon Musk. But then I realized the following month, I was like, that's not the case. I lost everything when I made my first ever payouts. Let's say my first 5 payouts, head was clear, as I said. And then I lost everything. I lost the money. I lost all the fundings. I was back to square one.
Right.
My mentality was at all-time lowest. Psychology was very low. And I was at rock bottom. I'm not going to lie to you. It was one of the worst periods of my life as well. So nothing was making sense to me. And then I looked at myself and I said, this is not going to work anymore. Didn't quit, but I didn't really have that urge of trading as much as I did before. But then I just, because I was so like down, I just looked at myself in the mirror. I said, look, I've made payouts. I know I can do this. Like the odds of me getting a payout before was very low because just no one around me was trading. Obviously you see it online, but around no one. My friends were like, you can never, like they never said that, but I'm saying it's very rare. It's like hitting a jackpot in a casino. Like it's very rare to see it. And once I realized I can make payouts, if I can stick to a plan, it changed everything for me. And I was at rock bottom. And I said this before, I think rock bottom is a blessing. The reason why I would say it's a blessing because you can't get any lower. It's only step, keep going, keep going, keep going. But I said this before, if you can take that first step after you're so like gone, you can achieve anything you want.
Right. So how do you handle those emotions now compared to when you first started or around the time where things weren't going well?
Before the emotions, obviously it was harder because I was broke. When you have a bit more money to your name and you save money and you know that you can trade, automatically your confidence and your psychology is always going to be better because you know you have something to lead back to. Does that make sense? And that's why I always say to my students, always save your money, 50%.
Yeah. Okay, now, what do you think separates traders who obviously are successful compared to the ones who are constantly failing?
So the profitable and the unprofitable traders, it comes always to the same thing. It's literally just following a plan. Some people are very, very, very undisciplined. Like they can't stay away from the market. And I know that feeling and it's very hard. And once you do master it, it's the best feeling, but then it's how long it takes because some people can never get out of that loop. Not everyone becomes profitable. I don't know this, like the stats, but what is it, around 90% of people fail, 95% of people fail? I don't know, but I'm just going off around Google, whatever. And yeah, so a lot of people will always be stuck there, but that's their own choice. It's if they can just stop being like start following their rules and everything, then yeah, you got it.
Right. So, okay, talk to me about your goals for the rest of 2026. You know, now in QT, like where do you see yourself by the end of 2026? Like, you know, on paper, you feel like, okay, I've actually did well this year.
I have a certain figure in my diary. I do have a certain figure. I don't know if I want to share that, but it's a certain figure. It's around 6 figures. And yeah, throughout thing, I want to also move out the UK. Stuck here, I don't like it.
Do you have in mind?
So in around September, hopefully I go to Dubai or Bali. One of them, either way, tax-free. Preferably Bali. I'm going with my friend, Baran, shout out to you. He wants to go Bali, so I don't really mind.
The journey of trading with prop firms or scaling into something different or much more?
When it comes to timing, I believe that in maybe around 5 years, I think I'll probably just trade my own capital that I've saved up, or just trading whatever. I would definitely trade, but with prop firms, it's a bit more different because obviously it's always going to be there. Prop firms will never go. People say it's going to go. It's not going to go. There'll always be another thing open. But I think in 5 years, I'll prefer the live account because it's just one account, no switching over to empty 5 accounts. Oh, I need to enter this trade copy or whatever. All that, you don't need to worry about that. It's just less stress. Just trade your account and yeah.
No, absolutely. I think sometimes prop firms are really just a step for people, right?
It's a stepping stone. I believe it is. As bad as it sounds, it's the truth. I believe traders that are starting up or are profitable should use it as an advantage of what prop firms are doing right now. Because as I said, the ROI is very good. The return investment is too good. It's actually too good to be true. So if you go and tell someone that doesn't have any knowledge in trading, say, I've bought an account for $300 and I've made $10,000, they're going to be like, what? Like, how does that work?
Absolutely. It's almost like, you know, if you wanted to start a small business and you take out a loan, right, to
Yeah.
start that business, but actually here it's like no interest, you know, when you take
No
that
interest,
it's just-
nothing.
right.
Beside the profit split, but then again, it doesn't matter. Obviously, 80%, 90%, whatever it is still good.
Okay, now what advice would you give to a trader who's starting out or just trying to figure out, you know, stuck, just and
Uh,
not withdrawing anything, you know, what would you say to them?
What, as a beginner trader, as
Yeah,
in like
as a
someone that's just starting today.
Yeah. That's,
What advice I'll give them? Don't start. I'm joking. I would say it's gonna be a very, very tough ride.
Right.
It's not gonna be simple. Don't look at these people on social media and be like, look, listen, I'm gonna be like this next week. It can happen. It's just by time. You understand yourself the more you get into trading, because trading shows you every bad trait about yourself. It taught me a lot of bad stuff actually. Made me a lot like very disciplined person, makes me go gym, it makes me wake up early, it makes me just do whatever I need to do. And overall, when you are a disciplined person, naturally you're just gonna do better in life.
Right. Because at the end of the day, like trading is actually a job, right? You know, people can get very complacent and just like, you know, you trade from your bed, you open up the laptop,
Yeah,
the market,
yeah.
there's no barriers, you know. If there's one thing, you know, you could say to Traderscale, just like one piece of advice or something you feel like we can improve on, what would you say?
I would say, oh, am I gonna be honest?
Yeah, you could be as honest as you want. This is going out to the team and everything.
Okay. I'm not like, honest truth. I don't think there's anything really to change. Like, I'm not even just saying this for the camera. I'm honestly being serious, because you've got from 10Ks to 400Ks.
Right.
Which firm does that?
Right.
400K, very, very rare.
And 600K max allowance as well.
Yeah, see, tell me which firm does that. On a CFD firm, bro, like, yeah, I don't know how you lot even doing that, but I need myself a 400K account, so I might have to invest in
So
one.
you'll get there, and next time, maybe 6 months, a year from now, we can have this conversation again. And
Hopefully.
So, all right, that's all for today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for coming and sharing your journey with us.
Thank you very much for having me.
And to everyone who's watching, will you be the next Traderscale success story? Visit the Traderscale to get started and everything. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.